If you have a smart speaker.
Are you trying to shop for smart speaker?
No.
All right.
If you have a smart speaker.
Oh my God.
No.
Sorry, I can't tell what you want to.
Hey, my sisters, welcome back to ADHD is the New Black, the best black channel on YouTube about ADHD. I'm Stacey Michelle. I've been treating my ADHD now nearly 2 years, and one of the biggest improvements I've seen in my life, I don't stick my foot in my mouth nearly as much. Back in the day, last week, I used to throw shade, launch word grenades, and mouth fart in crowded elevators, leaving the people behind me choking on my fumes. I had no idea back then how toxic my mouth could be. Daryl, you going to the staff meeting? Updating your resume? Oh, you go, boy. They pay good money over there. My intention was to give him a huge thumbs up on his impressive resume, and he would have received my good intentions if I hadn't put him on blast for working on his resume on the company computer on company time. In a parallel utopia somewhere, good intentions would be good enough, and our friendships would be authentic because everyone would know our true intentions no matter what we said or how we said it. But this is 2020. In this universe, it's hard to see good intentions if it's wrapped in a shitty package. Look, once in a while, everyone says or does things that others misinterpret. Those with us with ADHD do it so often, it's a lifestyle. Before we've had a chance to check in with ourselves, should I compliment Daryl's resume right now, loudly? Should I? We've impulsively said the thing or done the thing that puts the very people we're trying to connect with or compliment on the defensive, or we've made them feel awkward or embarrassed. Our ability to control our impulses and self-regulate are two of the most common challenges found in people with ADHD. And why is that? To paraphrase research published in Attitude magazines, our emotions, the highs and lows, are extra because ADHD makes it harder for some of us to slow our roll between our head and our mouth. ADHD connection to our social skills is direct and real. As a matter of fact, when ADHD women were asked about their friendships over the course of their lifetimes, most of them reported that they burned through friends very quickly, and very few of them say they had what they would call a best friend. When we learn how ADHD impacts our social skills, which I hope we're doing that now, then we can recognize the challenges that make it harder for us to make and keep friends. We can do something about that, like right now. So, what social skills challenges are you faced with? Well, I've compiled a list of my top 5, so here we go. 5. Guilty. Blowing off or canceling commitments at the last minute. Remember telephones? Mine used to ring, then it stopped. I used to live in New York City, and there was never a lack of things to get into. I wanted to get into all of it. Girls, Wednesday night at Sneaker Pimpins, you down? Sneaker Pimpins, I'm down. 10 minutes later, I'd get another call. Hey, mama. Hey, girl. You down for APT tonight? Yeah, girl, what time? 10:30. Okay. Usually I would forget I made a commitment, and then I would just double book, triple book, or I would be so terrified I was going to piss somebody off if I canceled on one, I would just cancel on both. Or I would cancel if my next offer sounded better than the first. Ooh, that sucks. I know. That is just a function of the ADHD brain looking for something shinier, the next thing. Ooh, I would feel terrible when one of my friends told me how bad it made them feel that I blew them off or forgot our plans. A lot of ADHD kids struggle with the awareness of others. As adults, we have to work extra hard to develop that awareness. It's not an excuse for bad behavior, but it is an explanation. And in my case, it's an explanation for why I didn't have a circle of girlfriends like other women did, or why I would have so much anxiety when I would meet a new girlfriend because I was afraid how long before I F this one up. And it's something that I'm glad to say that I'm working on. Not perfect, but it is a lot better. Well, Stacey, I don't want to be flaky. I want to make friends. What do I do? Glad you asked. This is a behavior, honestly, that might take a lot of trial and error before you see changes. There are just some days that no matter what you do, the ADHD is going to win. My dog is just slurping up a gallon of water over here, but that's okay. Hi. It's just going to win. You find yourself overbooking, double booking, or forgetting about your commitments altogether? Do not say yes until you do this. Check your calendar. This sounds so obvious and easy, but we have ADHD. It doesn't play fair. Put everything in your calendar the moment you commit to it. Set your reminders or alarms a day or 2 days in advance to keep that commitment top of mind. If you use multiple calendars, sync those calendars. If you commit to something and you can't put it in your calendar immediately, ask your phone to remind you to put that in your calendar later on. If you're in a position in that moment that you cannot write down that commitment, utilize text messages more. When possible, ask whomever is asking you to do something to text you that later on. And on the occasions that I still sometimes double book, whenever possible, I always honor the first commitment because for me, that feels like the right thing to do. Unless that second thing pays more money. But don't stop there. If you have a smart speaker, program it to...
Are you trying to shop for smart speaker?
No. Alexa, what's on my schedule tomorrow?
I don't see a calendar set up. Want me to send a link to your phone to set up your calendar?
Yes.
All right.
If you have a smart speaker.
Are you trying to shop for smart
my God.
speaker?
No.
Sorry, I can't tell what you want to... Please try again.
If you have a smart speaker, be sure not to speak too loudly around it. That bitch is listening to everything. If you have a... Program it to remind you everything. It's annoying, but it's effective. This bitch reminds me 8:30 every single night. Check my calendar. And then again at 9:30. Check my calendar. And then she reminds me to charge my devices. These are all reminders that I have programmed into this. When I do what she says, when she says it, it makes my life so much easier. Oh, and this is the big one. Don't check your text messages until you're in a place where you can respond to them. Someone sends me a text message and I can't respond immediately, and then I'll forget that there's a text message. Ooh. Number 4. Not paying attention in conversations. Has this ever happened to you? You're in a meeting, speaking with a friend, or maybe you're in class, or maybe talking to your mom. You hear them, you see their lips moving, but you're not listening. You're nodding. You're giving them visible acknowledgement that you're listening, but you're not. And they don't even have to be boring people, but they're giving you a lot of details, or they're giving you instructions or directions, and your mind is just gone. You're even giving the verbal confirmation. And then suddenly, the only thing you've heard in their entire conversation is, so did you get all that? Like, brain, so now you want to listen? Sound familiar? I don't know about you, but I don't want to look like I wasn't paying attention, like I wasn't in the conversation with my coworker or my friend or my boss or my whomever. So I say something like, got it. I ain't got nothing. What am I supposed to be doing? What did they say? Hey, you're in the meeting. Did you take notes? Or maybe some of what they said sank in, but you're so in the habit of nodding and agreeing, you think you heard enough information to go on. The only problem is maybe you missed some key details, or you don't turn in exactly what they've asked for. Were you even in the same meeting? Science says our ADHD brains are constantly looking for stimulation. It triggers us to interrupt conversation, look around while someone's talking to us, change the conversation, lose eye contact when people are talking to us, or to tune out. But Stacy, what can I do about tuning out when people are talking to me? What was that? Wait, what? Here's a good tip. Let's say the pandemic's over. You can gather in person with your family, your friends, lunch dates, whatever. Find a place in the center of the crowd to sit, maybe in the middle of the table. Sitting in the middle of the table gives you conversation options. Let's say neither conversation's that stimulating. Here's a chance for you to politely remove yourself from the table. Take a walk, check your phone, away from the table. Make up an excuse why you can't stay. And then come back and tell everyone, hey guys, this has been great. I gotta go. The thing is, be aware of how you're feeling when you're starting to drift off in conversation, or you're getting fidgety or restless. It's all about awareness. Social skill issue number 3, under or overreacting. Sorry, I've been off the radar. It's just... Daryl and I broke up. What? I was up all night crying. So Daryl's available now. Ooh, social skills faux pas. Was that a rude question, or was it just an ADHD faux pas? Is Daryl truly available? These questions and more will be answered in the next episode of ADHD is the New Black. If anything about this channel is giving you encouragement, information, education, or just a laugh, please like these videos. Anytime you like a video, YouTube will make sure that somebody else just like us who needs this information can more easily find it. So hook up the other ADHD sisters, like these videos. We'll finish off over and underreacting to a soap opera thing here.